Well, hi Olivia.
Hiya.
Thanks so much for your time. For anyone watching, we've got you quite early in the morning, and it got me thinking, are you a morning person?
No. No, I'm sorry. I can't do mornings. It's like so dreadful for me.
Generally with Arsenal, what time do you kind of have to be in here? Is it
We're in about 9.
okay?
Yeah, and we'll have breakfast and then team meeting. So
Does that feel like a struggle even to be here for 9 yet?
yeah, sometimes. Sometimes. Depends on when I go to bed, but
I
yeah.
sometimes think it's easier to be somewhere really, really early than what it is like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning.
I think it's easier to be somewhere at like 5 a.m., 6 than it is at like mid times. I'm like, I'd rather just wake up at 5, be here at 6.
Yeah. Are you a coffee drinker?
Here and there.
Okay.
It has to be a little bit sweeter. I don't think I'm a true coffee drinker.
Yeah, okay.
But I wish I was.
You've kind of come around to it with a bit of syrup or something.
Yeah. Like a Starbucks coffee or something.
Yeah, okay. And yeah, you're coming to the end of your first season with Arsenal. How's it been?
No, I think it's been a great run to start the season. Winning our first bit of silverware in the Champions Cup was huge and it was fun, but also sadly exiting the Champions League in the semifinals. But I think it was just such a great experience to get my first taste of what it's like. So I really enjoyed that experience.
We're closing in now, just one weekend left to play for everyone. We know that Manchester City have won the WSL title, but you've also secured Champions League football for next year. How do you reflect on that now?
Yeah, I think that was definitely on our checklist. Obviously, we wanted to finish top, but I think we want to settle with second and finish as high as we can and do the best that we can within this week.
What would you say has been your highlight of the season so far?
I mean, there's been a couple. I think the Champions Cup, winning our first bit of silverware, but also just the experience throughout the whole Champions League has been so fun, and just signing for Arsenal. It's such a great club, so.
What a year.
Yeah.
Champions Cup, I mean, that was amazing.
No, it was unreal. I think even the weather just played a bit of a factor in it with the rain and just the grungy kind of feeling. It was like a gritty win for us, so I think, yeah, it was just really fun.
Has there been a particularly tough moment for you or a particular challenge when you look back?
Yeah, I think biggest thing was with Champions League. I think we wanted to make it to the finals and win it all again this year. So exiting in the semifinal was tough for us as a group, but we take those learnings into next season and, hopefully we make it to the final and win it again.
We've got a list of all your stats here, but 36 appearances, 10 goals, 4 assists this season. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't think it's too bad for my first season. Coming here, I just want to contribute as much as I can, goals, assists, defensive actions, just help out the team in any way that I can, so I'm quite happy with it.
Yeah, so you should be. It's been awesome to watch you. Is there a particular part of your game that you feel has evolved in your time here?
I think one that has evolved is probably defensively. I think that's something I've always wanted to be working on throughout the season, but especially at a club like Arsenal when we're playing different opponents, especially in Champions League, I think that's huge. But there's obviously so many bits of my game that I want to improve, like in the final third, just decision making. But again, just learning from my teammates, taking bits of their game and adding it to mine.
When you talk about your teammates and taking bits of their game, who is it that springs to mind? Whose game you particularly admire?
No, honestly, it's just everybody. I think I can really learn from Les, just the way that she goes about playing, scoring goals, coming off the front, just the technique that she has. Mario as well, 40, everyone really. I could list off every player and name something that I could take away from them, but yeah.
And in terms of not just football, is there anyone that you've particularly learnt from here, like in terms of their character or maybe the way they've welcomed you to the club?
Everyone just has a great personality here. Lotta and Les have been great, just very welcoming, probably the sweetest people you ever meet. So I think they've been really welcoming for me in the club.
Yeah, that's nice to think about people, I guess, looking after you, because it can't be easy moving around and joining a new team and changing location.
Yeah, I think moving around every year, also being so far away from home, it's tough. Although my family do get the opportunity to come here quite often, which is nice, but again, with the distance, not being with them every day or just things like that, it gets tough. But to have them, just comforting me, encouraging me, it's nice.
And I imagine there's a lot of girls in a similar position. I mean, you mentioned 40 there, like when your family are in Australia and yours in Canada, a lot of people have that in common.
Yeah, and I think that's the beautiful thing about football is that people are coming from everywhere, different situations, quite similar, still being away from home. So those are things that you can kind of bond over as well. So it's quite cool.
How do you find London?
I love London. Honestly, it kind of reminds me of Toronto. It's very lively, shopping, great food, can't complain.
Yeah, we wanted to ask you a little bit about what you've enjoyed. I mean, I don't know how much free time you really have to see the city, but is there anything that you've particularly liked or a favourite spot that you visited?
I mean, Oxford Street shopping, that's probably the highlight of my time here so far, but I think for the most part we're quite focused on football, not too much time off. So
No, I know.
yeah.
There's amazing shops there. And I hear that you might be getting a dog.
That is true. My mom actually has it back home in Toronto, so she's just like training it a little bit before I bring it over for the summer.
Oh, so she actually already has the
Yeah.
dog. I wasn't sure if you were going to get one here.
Yeah.
So can you tell us more about the breed or the name or anything?
So she's a Morkie.
Okay.
And
Which is a mix of a Yorkie
and a Maltese.
Okay.
Yeah, and I named her Nala.
Okay.
Because I love Lion King, and like Nala is one of the characters
Yeah.
from Lion King, so I'm like, yeah, why not? And she is the cutest thing ever. She's so fluffy, and she's kind of like me. She's kind of crazy as well, so I think it's just fitting.
And there are other girls here who've got dogs, I imagine. You can go on sort of like group walks and stuff.
Yeah, 100%. Little play dates. I think it'll be really fun.
Can we just ask you a bit about the summer? Are you able to share with us what your plans are, what you're hoping to do with your time off?
Yeah, well, first we have international break, so we'll be in Costa Rica for that.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it is. I'm just glad it's somewhere warm.
Yeah.
And then my family want to go on holiday.
Okay.
So hopefully maybe about 4 or 5 days. And then I'll go home for about a week, get to see the rest of my family, some friends, my dogs.
Pick up the dog.
Pick up the dog. And then, yeah, I'll be back in London and just training.
Ready to
off-season
go.
Training. Yeah.
You're going to need to get a doggy passport.
I know. Get right on that, and all the vaccines and everything. So
Beth announcing that she'll leave the club this summer. Just what's it been like to play with her and to be a teammate of hers?
yeah, she's been amazing. I think she's such a character, and she brings the team together so well. Beth is Arsenal, and I think it's hard for everyone to see her go, especially I've only been here a season, and watching her go, it's quite tough. So I can't even imagine what it must be like for the girls who have been with her for 9 years plus. But yeah, she's just had such a great impact on the game, someone that I look up to. So I think wherever she goes next, they'll be so lucky to have her, and then I think we're all just wishing her all the best.
Yeah, that's really nice. I mean, you say 9 years plus, but just finally, like, what a legacy to leave. As you say, she is Arsenal, and she's had a huge part to play here.
Yeah, 100%. And it's just so inspiring, and only I can aspire to have the impact that she has. And yeah, she's just an amazing person and a great footballer.
Well, it's been awesome to watch you play this season.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
And enjoy your break and your well-deserved rest.
Yeah, thank you.